Hello, Annabelle.
Hi!
Welcome to our channel. This is Jessica Sashes&Scripts, and we want to talk to you about your Binibining Pilipinas journey.
Okay.
So, press presentation pa lang, me and my colleague, si Mark Sobrajahani, shout out to Mark, nagkaano na kami, naglista na kami na itong si Annabelle, automatic may corona. How do you feel that leading up to that point in time, you were never lost in the conversation as a potential guest? Lahat ng mga pageant pages, nandun ka sa listahan.
Well, it felt nice. I guess it was a nice change of pace. Obviously, during my first national pageant, that wasn't exactly the case. But nevertheless, I think either way, it never really cemented anything for me. It never made me feel like I would not make it or that I would make it. It's a nice bonus to have. It's very encouraging. At the same time, this time around, I did feel a little bit of pressure. Parang, oh, this is new. Wow, parang bet nila ako Charot. Pero, but yeah, nevertheless, I always say that it's the destiny is up to us and God. So those are the only two factors that are gonna come into play when it comes to winning a crown. So yeah, it still the results were a very, very pleasant surprise and blessing. Kasi at the end of the day, even if you train and give it your all, it's really a destiny din eh. It's really something that's granted from God. So yeah, I felt that God really heard me and replied in the best way possible on that night.
And in another conversation with Mark, nagsasabi kami na, who do you think is the potential na winners? And we were like back and forth between you and Katrina. And then you end up with the two of you end up with the top 2 rounds.
Yes.
So how does it feel that yung tiwala ng mga tao sa'yo, it paid off with the title that you have now?
Yeah, I think it's very heartwarming, and siguro it's really nice to know that ordinary netizens and you guys, pageant media, pageant analysts are seeing us and make us feel seen pa din. Like, speaking from my experience, obviously, parang I really put a lot of heart into this journey, and I firsthand really witnessed just how hardworking Katrina is throughout the entire Binibining Pilipinas, all the activities, she really showed up and was always dialed up, if I may say so myself. So I'm really grateful that we felt that our efforts were being seen, and all the positive messages and all the encouragements really outweigh the negative comments. And I really appreciate, hindi naman parang all praises, no? I really appreciate when pageant analysts, pageant bloggers, or even netizens constructively point out things that we need to improve on. Kasi I do read these comments and I do work on them. I appreciate constructive criticism when it's clear, like, oh, you know what, like, I think you look better in pink lipstick rather than red lipstick. So parang, wow, what a nice comment. And we really do take that into account also, kasi siyempre we want to put a good show for you guys.
What is yung pinaka big learning experience mo na dadalhin mo sa Miss Globe? Because you have only like 2 months preparation?
Mga 4, give or take, yeah. At least 4 months.
But you still have like mga media tour, press tour coming up.
Oh, right.
You probably won't be able to start your training.
Yeah, I think my body deserves a little bit of rest after the coronation. So definitely I won't be starting training this week. However, the planning is already starting now. We're already starting to plan what and how we can go about representing the Philippines well in Miss Globe. Back to the question, which was
the biggest learning
that
you will bring to Miss Globe.
The biggest learning is you really just have to trust the process. Huwag ka nang mag-overthink on don't sweat the small stuff and not overthinking. That's what I carried with me throughout this entire Binibining Pilipinas journey, and it really paid off well. It saved me so much stress na hindi naman pala dapat mong stress on. Just focus on the things that actually matter. the events that are actually scored, and of course enjoying and trusting the process. I think when you're when you're genuinely happy at what you do, it will shine through, and people will appreciate your presence even more. And I mean, and even though I started out my pageant journey like 9 years ago because of the circumstances, no, that really pushed me towards wanting to earn, prize money and all that. Throughout my, throughout the evolution of my pageant journey, I really always loved it. I was always a pageant fan first, and the more titles I won, the more in love I became with pageantry, not just as a sport, not as an art form, but as also a community. So daghan kayong salamat.
And last question. It feels like you're going to be having our next Miss Globe.
Oh, thank
We believe that. We
you.
feel that. And
Thank
we
you.
want that for you. Any message to your supporters? Because you will be needing all of us to support you as you go to Albania later on this year. So, final thoughts to your supporters.
Yes, of course. I have never disappointed you guys. I always take in your constructive criticisms, and I always treat every opportunity as a learning opportunity. And I've always made sure that from my last pageant stints, I always improve on what needs to be improved on. So, maaasahan niyo yan that I'll still be improving up until the very last day or the coronation night of Miss Globe 2025. And at the same time, please continue to pray for me because there's nothing more powerful than prayers. And I think I'll be needing a lot of it come this international stint. And please know I'm really open to collaborating with designers and stylists for the wardrobe of Miss Globe. So please, no, never hesitate to message me on my Instagram. I would really love to work with all of our Filipino creatives. Thank you.
Thank you, Annabelle. Our future Miss Globe.
Yeah, praying for that. Yes, praying for that.